Yo, 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 peace, peace, peace. Welcome to the Parry, where we don't duck and pull no punches. My name is Bomani UFG, and I'm here with my co-host.
The pugilistic shape black was popping. What's good with it, brother Bomani? We back, man. Trying to get some things right. We've been winging it, but we back in effect. What's popping though?
Listen, man, you know what it is. Just here to introduce ourselves to the family. You know what I mean? Let them know what to expect from this show, because we got two boxing hardcores here. We ain't casuals. You know what I mean? We ain't just get hit to the sport after what happened a couple weeks ago, that mugging, you know what I'm saying, between Errol Spence Jr. and Bud Crawford.
The
You know what I mean?
aggravated
Like we've been
assault.
we've been watching boxing like we're historian. You the historian. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like you know, like you got a good memory, man. I think I did too much drugs growing up. So my memory ain't the best. But I still know my you know what I mean?
I don't blame it on the weed. Don't blame it on the weed. Nah, man, 'cause I get busy my damn self. But absolutely though, you looking at I told you I might have to change my name from the pugilistic shape black to the boxing mecca. Just looking at
Nah, nah, nah,
like the
nah, nah,
stuff I
B.
got in my archives. Just looking at the stuff I got in my archives and going off the top. We might have to have like a trivia, you know, with the folks out there. Do like a trivia one day.
Listen, when it
You
comes
know,
to the when it comes to the history of the sport, I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. But when we talking the sport currently, when we
mm-hmm.
talking about the details, the fine little details of what's happening in that ring. Listen, man, you can't see me, G. Your high pitches get switched like that.
I
That's
know, man.
why.
I'm trying to figure this out, man. How come I put it up and I get you? I
Yo,
get you.
that happened to me last time, but it's all good. We're gonna figure this out, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna figure this out. You know what I mean? We're gonna figure this out, G.
So
Yo, shout out
boxing.
to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody that's checking in, tuning in with us, man. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? This is like the launch of
Nah,
our
this
show.
this ain't even the official launch. We still got to get the logo. We still got it's still things that got to get done. But right now, we just building the culture right now. You know
It's a
what I
lot of
mean?
things works we still trying to get right. You know what I'm saying? That we gonna get to, man. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Shout out to Baba Sekim. You know what I'm saying? Said guard your grill, knuckle up. You know what I mean? Look, we're gonna keep this we're gonna keep y'all updated on the latest boxing news. You know what I'm saying? Give you some fight reviews. We even gonna go back and revisit some historic classic fights. Like, me and Che disagree on a lot of decisions in some real close fights. Some examples like Mayweather Castillo won, and even the Devin Haney Lomachenko fight we disagree with. Shout out my man Logic. I see you, brother. You know what I mean? So we got a whole bunch of content that we're gonna be bringing, as we slowly begin to build this channel and fine tune what we do. We're gonna give you the best content on boxing YouTube that you can find. I can guarantee you that. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody else that's doing it. You know what I mean? But we here now. We here now. So yo,
Hey,
Che, man, let me ask you a question though.
real quick.
Okay.
Before we get into it, hip hop today they say hip hop's 50th birthday, right?
Yeah.
Right. Who is the greatest rapper boxer?
Willie
who, is,
D.
who is the great? Nah. I say boxer rapper. Who's the greatest boxer rapper? I remember Floyd had a record label at one time.
Floyd had the
Filthy
filthy rich.
Rich.
But
He had
did
the
he
Filthy
rhyme?
Rich. Nah,
Did
he
he
didn't
rap
rhyme.
though?
Nah, he didn't rap. He had a little crew though, but he didn't rap. Roy Jones did though. He had that joint.
I was about to say,
Yeah,
man,
he
y'all
had the
must have
joint with Dave
forgot, man.
Hollister.
Y'all
He
must
had
have
the
forgot.
he had the
No,
other joint too for the ladies. That when I was wilding now.
come on, man. It gotta be Roy. Yo, the best athletes to ever rap, man, is Roy Jones Jr. and Deion Sanders.
So you said Deion Sanders. What did he box? What about Adrian
No,
Broner?
no,
I
I said,
seen
I
Adrian
said,
Broner freestyling.
I said the best athletes. You know what I'm saying? Deion Sanders had the, you know what I'm saying? What was the name of that joint he had with Hammer?
Nah, man, I'm gonna go with Shaq. B.
Nah, I'm joking, man. Come on, man.
I'm gonna run
Nah,
with Shaq, man. If we
nah,
going athletes, Shaq is the
nah. It's
best.
Damian Lillard. It's Damian Lillard, hands down. It's not even close.
Yo, shout out to Smart Guy, man. Shout out to Brother Smart, man.
It's not even close. The best athlete rapper is Damian Lillard. It's not even close. But Shaq. You know,
Shaq the
got
best that ever do it though, as far as on the grand scale. I don't want to hear nothing else.
Shaq,
You know
what?
I mean? Shaq the best to ever do it on the grand scale. You know biological father, don't front. You probably know the first verse.
Nah, you can't stop the rain with big.
You can't stop. I mean, that was that right there. I was gonna say that one. But
that's it. That's all you need right there. But as far as boxers, though, it got to be Roy. It got to be Roy.
What about Adrian Bronner? He got bars.
It got to be Roy, man. I heard Adrian Broner. No disrespect to AB, but
AB came out rapping to his own songs too. He did that.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good, B.
Yeah.
I'm good, B. I'm good, B. But listen, man, all my people that's in the chat, man, just put your cities you represent in the chat right now. We're gonna shout out y'all cities, man, as we run through. You know what I mean? Just want to send a shout out to everybody that's tuning in, showing us some love today, man.
I mean, but what were you gonna say though? You were gonna say something before I interrupted you with the hip hop birthday.
Well, we're gonna be giving people some content on boxing. We gotta let them know like what our background is in regards to the sport and what our relationship is like with the sport. How long we've been loving this sport? Because again, we're not casuals.
In the ring, out the ring, with the gloves, without the gloves, man. What's up?
Yeah, man. However you relate to the sport, like what brought you to the sport, man. Let me just ask you, first of all, how long you been watching boxing? You know what I'm saying? And which fighter or how was you introduced to the sport? You know what I'm saying? Was it in the ring? Was you introduced to the sport from watching the fighter? And what fighter brought you into the sport, man? Because I think anybody that's really a hardcore or attached themselves to the sport in a way that we do, you had to have seen a fighter that captivated you, that made you want to watch the sport.
Well, me personally, it was a cross. It was like between, you had Sugar Ray Leonard, you had Marvelous Marvin Hagler, and then it was Mike Tyson. Now, and I say that being like, all right, with Sugar Ray, I had the Sugar Ray gloves and I had the Sugar Ray punching bag joint. You know what I mean? Sugar Ray had the 7-Up commercials. Like he was a superstar that transcended the sport. And this is back when boxing had a lot of superstars that transcended the sport. Then you had Hagler, who was originally from Newark, New Jersey. So that right there, automatically, I was rocking with Hagler. And he just was menacing. He just had this menacing style. But what really got me stuck on the sport, I'm gonna take you back to the day real quick. I was supposed to go to the carnival. It was a Saturday afternoon. I got in trouble in school. You know how the letters be coming to your house or whatnot. The letter came. It happened to come there Saturday morning. Mom was like, "Oh, you ain't going to the carnival." So now I had to stay home that day. So they used to have on ABC. Used to have Wild World of Sports.
Yep.
So this was like 84. You know what I mean? Maybe 85. You know what I'm saying? And this kid came out. He had the towel cut with his head coming through the towel. He ain't had no robe. He ain't had no socks. He had on white trunks. He ain't have on black at the time, but he had on the white. He had this weird ass Jack Dempsey looking part in the middle. And I'm just looking like, yo, this dude look crazy. He ain't had no neck and no ankles. And I'm just, I'm about 7. You know what I'm saying? I'm just watching it. And he came out there, and the way he destroyed this dude, and of course, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Iron Mike. And the way he came, and matter of fact, they introduced him as.
Oh, Blicky, you still with us? I don't know what just happened to my man Shay Black, but until he pops back up in the room, let me explain to y'all how I got hip to the sport. Like, for me, it was Sugar Ray Leonard, man. I don't even remember the year. It was like he was fighting some nondescript that I was so young I couldn't even tell you who he was fighting. But I just remember seeing this young flashy black man in the ring doing some windmill with the pop. Like I was captivated by Sugar Ray Leonard from a young age, man. And from I'm gonna say probably from like 84, 85, 86. I've been a boxing fan and I've been watching boxing ever since. Can't say that I knew every fighter in every era, but as I got older, I got more and more entrenched into the culture and into the sport of boxing. So, Sugar Ray Leonard was the first fighter that did that for me, right? Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Wilfred Benitez, Alexis Aguayo, Aaron Pryor, like all of these dudes that I just got to know as I kept watching the sport just kept me captivated, man. And I knew at some point I wanted to step into the ring in some kind of way. I was going to be involved in some type of combat sport, man. So, I started boxing myself at the age of 13, 14 years old, and then got into martial arts around 19, 20. So I've been into combat sports like more than half my life. But boxing, like I said, for me, it was Sugar Ray Leonard, man. Sugar Ray was the illest to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on with my man, my co-host, but he should be coming back. Let me go through the chat. Let me see who we got in here. Shout out my man Maxwell Penn. We got New York in the building. We got Sarasota, Florida in the building. You know what I'm saying? Peace, peace. Baba Sakim said, Liston, Ali, Frazier, and all the heavyweights got you. Man, look, man. Ali, just doing the knowledge to Ali, he was definitely one of the GOATs. Probably my favorite heavyweight, man. But if I had to rank any heavyweight over him, it'd probably be none. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Probably would be none. But Joe Louis is a close second, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I went back and studied all of the old fights. And them Ali Frazier, especially Ali Frazier one, was a classic. And Sonny Liston don't get the respect that he deserved, man. Sonny Liston was a monster, man. People thought he was gonna kill Ali, kind of like George Foreman. You know what I'm saying? Who else we got in the building in here, man? Shout out everybody that's tuned in, man. Shout out to my brother Logic, James Young from Sarasota, Florida, man. Definitely appreciate y'all tuning in. You know what I mean? Jay Black having some technical difficulties. Floyd Patterson, first heavyweight, youngest heavyweight champion before Mike, out of Brooklyn. Brooklyn, stand up. That's my borough right there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Brooklyn, Floyd Patterson. I believe he was also trained by Customato. Customato trained him and Mike, the two youngest heavyweight champions, and they both out of Brooklyn. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? But I think Floyd Patterson, when he got in the ring with who beat the brakes off him? Was it Ali? Baba Sekim, let me know, man. Was it Ali that who beat the brakes off Floyd Patterson? I can't remember. Yo, mental son, man, I see you now, brother. I see you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you're not invisible, God, man. Shout out. Brownsville. That's right. Never ran, never will. You know what time it is. Brooklyn up in here, man. I'm from Ocean Hill, Brownsville myself. Fulton Ave, Fulton and Rockaway. Stand up. You know what I mean? Continue, everybody that's in the chat, man. Put your locations, put your city that you representing down in the chat. You know what I mean? And also, do me another favor. Put who was your favorite fighter and which fighter introduced you to the sport? What brought you into becoming a hardcore or even a casual fan? Like Baba Sekim said, Ali, Frazier, Liston, Floyd Patterson. I'm trying to remember who was that beat the brakes off Floyd Patterson late in his career. It was Ali, right? Liston. Liston, that's who I'm thinking about. Sonny Liston beat him and took the belt from him. Sonny Liston beat Floyd Patterson and took the belt. My man said B Hop, Bernard Hopkins. Listen, man. Yo, mental. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I was just having a conversation about Bernard Hopkins earlier. Um, he did something that was amazing. Like he had a prime after most boxers' prime. He was dominating the sport in his late 30s and 40s, but most cats is talking about retiring. You know what I'm saying? Your man, what's her name? Terrence Crawford is 36, 35, gonna be 36 or something like that. He's nearing retirement. Bernard Hopkins was in the beginning of his prime. He was beginning his run as being one of the probably the most dominant middleweight that ever existed, bro. Real talk. Yeah, yeah, twice. Yeah. Now Floyd Patterson though he was a problem, man. But when he got in the ring with Sonny Liston, that was it, B. Former was fighting at 44, 45 years old and doing it. Yeah, yeah, he was. But now you got to give George Foreman his props though. You know what I'm saying? He had like Nas said, he had like a second childhood. Man, he came back. What he did to Michael Moore was something crazy. You know what I mean? He was actually losing that fight, but according to him, he let him tell it. He was setting him up for that right hand, that 1-2 all night. And he finally caught him, bang, bang. That was it. You know what I'm saying? But your man, what's her name? Evander Holyfield said when he got hit by George Foreman, he thought all his teeth came out. I just saw some footage of George Foreman, your man swinging, hitting a heavy bag. He's like damn near 70 years old, maybe older than that, like 80-something years old, damn near, B. And he was looking like he about to knock the bag off the, you know what I'm saying? off the hinges and all of that, man. George Foreman, like, people talk about Deontay Wilder. I don't think Deontay Wilder had the type of power George Foreman had, man. Nah, I ain't see the biopic. Nah, I ain't see it. The George Foreman joint? Nah, I'm not really into biopics like that, except for the Malcolm joint. You know what I mean? But nah, I ain't catch the biopic though. Yeah, shout out to my man Eve Saint. I can't say that last name, bro. You know what I'm talking about. Eves, man. Shout out, brother. Nah, it was good though. Nah, I'm gonna check it out though. At one point, whenever I get around to it. You know what I mean? Me and my son gonna watch that Spider-Man joint later though. Word. Just waiting on Che Black to pop up back in the building. I know what's going on with him. Waiting on my partner, my co-host. Who else we got in the building? Roy Jones. And funny, we were just talking about Roy Jones today too. Roy Jones Jr. is probably the greatest fighter I've ever seen. Ever. Like, ever. You know what I'm saying? He's probably he's not my favorite. He's up there. But as far as like just raw talent, he's probably the greatest fighter I've ever seen. Shit, I told him to pay that internet bill. Come on, you know how Che Blicky is, man. You know what I'm saying? He got that Guadalajara internet, man. Now, Roy was the truth, man. The thing about, I think Roy and Ali had the same problems. I think Roy and Ali had the exact same problems. Their athleticism supplemented their boxing fundamentals. Like if you notice, Ali and Roy, they kept their hands real low. They depended on a lot of the upper body movement and the athleticism to escape punches and the counter punch. Ali almost never went to the body. You watch Ali fight, he was always throwing punches at the head, almost never went to the body. And he never parried or really blocked punches. He always kind of slipped punches to try to counter. Same thing with Roy. But as they got older, their reflexes and started to slip, and then that was that. Lennox Lewis was a hard hitter. Lennox Lewis got, in my opinion, had one of the best jabs in heavyweight history. His jab was stupendous. His jab was crazy. Lennox Lewis I don't think he get the respect that he deserved. But I really wish that, I forgot who put it in the group earlier, man. I really wish that Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis would have got a chance to fight, man. But Riddick Bowe decided to throw that WBC in the trash. He wasn't with it. Roy, he widened the stance out. Yep. And Roy Jones, as ripped as he was, man, he had some of the smallest shoulders I've ever seen on a dude that ripped. Like, all he did was curls, man. He ain't do nothing for them shoulders. But I always said, if I could fight like anybody, though, if I could take somebody's skill set and bring it into the ring with me, I would want James Toney's skill set, man. Like, to me, James Toney, his ability to slip punches on the inside, he could fight inside, outside. He could roll with the punches, counter punch. He could walk you down. Like, James Toney was that dude that if I could just take a skill set and make it mine, it'll probably be that dude. And I don't think James Toney lights out. He don't get nowhere near the respect he deserved to get, even though Roy put him on his ass. But then it didn't help when Roy dropped from heavyweight class to fight. Yeah, yep. I mean, yo, look, that's what happens. Mark Breland, look, Mark Breland was one of the best amateurs to come out of New York City. Let's keep it a beam. But as a pro, he didn't have the career he should have had, man. You know what I mean? I think he could have even been a better trainer, man. But you know, him and Deontay fell out for whatever reason. We ain't gonna get into that. But shout out to Mark Breland, man. He's one of the best amateur boxers to ever come out the city, man. My city, New York. Straight like that. Shout out, brother Shabazz, man. Crown Shabazz, what's up, brother? Appreciate you checking in with us, man. I'm just trying to wait. I'm waiting on my co-host to tap back in, man. I don't even know what happened to this dude. I bet you his phone died, or his computer died, or something, or his lights went out. I don't know what happened, man. Hopefully he's safe. Hopefully nobody, you know what I'm saying? He ain't in there trying to parry right now. Manny Stewart helped Lennox get his jab laser sharp. Emmanuel Stewart. Yo, Emmanuel Stewart, man. Probably he's definitely one of the greatest trainers to ever live, man. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for him, Klitschko wouldn't have had a career, bro. Real shit. That's one of the fucking most boringest fighters in the history of man. But think about Emmanuel Stewart, though. He gonna make sure you knock somebody out, man. All his fighters was putting people on their ass. Straight like that. You know who would get his just due until he died? Rocky Rockridge. Yo, you got to put me on to him, man. I don't know why that name. I remember the name, but I'm not really too familiar with his work. Real talk. I ain't even gonna hold you. Oh, okay. Yep. Now I know who you talk about, homie. Yeah. Nah. He definitely gonna get his props. But Chavez fought like most of his resume is bums. Let's keep it a beam. Lights I was super aggressive, offensive with the Philly shell. Yeah. And on the inside, he'll slip you right. Yo, listen, man. Like I said, if I can have anybody's skill set, I want to fight like my man. Straight good. Riddick Bowe should have boxed against Lennox before he paired up with Manny Stewart. Look, man, that fight was supposed to happen. Remember when they squared up at the table when your man Lennox had the headphones on and he was talking trash back and forth. I thought you was my man. Look, man, that fight's supposed to have went down, man. But Riddick Bowe from Brooklyn, I grew up with a couple of his nephews, man. But I ain't gonna get into that story. You know what I'm saying? But Trunk Jim had wild. Yo, come on, man. Manny was that dude. Manny was that dude, man. You know what I'm saying? And let's keep it a beam. He was one of the best commentators they had on HBO, if not the best. Don't even talk to him. Because what's her name? Harold Letterman and the rest of them bozos over there, they was trash. Like they was biased and he was trash. Let's keep it a beam. Manny Stewart came in, broke down the sport, told you what you was looking at. Yeah, Rock Newman. Yo, that dude always annoyed me, man. I never could tell what the hell he was, man. Was he black? Somebody let me know, was he black, man? I don't even know. Was he like, you know what I'm saying? Was he mixed? I couldn't even tell what Rock Newman was half the time, man. One day he be looking black and another day he be looking white. I couldn't even tell what he was, man. But I just know he got on my goddamn nerves. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Keep it a bean with you, man. Rock Newman. Yo, hit that thumbs up, man. Hit that thumbs up on the YouTube, man. Subscribe, share. We're trying to grow this channel. We're trying to grow this show. We're doing this for y'all, man. It's for the hardcore. We need some real boxing, hardcore boxing guys on this YouTube thing. Breaking down the sport from our perspective, the way we know how to, man. But this is where black fighters get respected. This ain't no bias. We're gonna keep it all the way a beam on this channel. I heard Rock Floor, Dr. Umar. Yo, y'all, for some reason, I hope that's true, man. I'm gonna keep it a beam. If there was a fight I want to, man, I'd say Zab Judah and Pretty Boy Floyd. Nah, for real. Listen, when Zab fought Floyd, I had I had Zab. I picked Zab. I thought Zab had all of the advantages. I thought he had the speed advantage, the power advantage, the fact that he was a southpaw, and I was going crazy those first 4 rounds. He won those first 4 rounds to me, but it's the boxing IQ, man, and also there's the lifestyle. Zab was out here trying to rap. He out here hanging with rappers, drinking, doing all types of foolishness he wasn't supposed to be doing. But Floyd lived a disciplined life, man, and he had the boxing IQ. So when it came down, when it got hot in that kitchen, Floyd was able to compose himself and to pull out that fight, man. Zab always, I think, because Zab lacked the discipline, he didn't rise to the level I think he should have rise. He should have risen to, even though he was undisputed. I think he was the last undisputed in the 3 belt era. He was the last undisputed welterweight champ, and I was a huge Zab Judah fan, man. Huge, huge. I used to train out this gym, the one in Starlight City, man. I used to see him in there, his brother, and Danny Jacobs in them, man. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. What you say? Rock's mother was, oh, that explains it. So he was a half mix, he was a half breed, no disrespect. We never lied. For real, man. For real, man. HBO had the, but not for nothing though. If I keep it a bean, yo, I would love for HBO to take over boxing again, man. Because Showtime, man. Al Heyman, Al Heyman, man, he ain't, you know, all the big names they fighting, man. If you ain't, if it ain't a undisputed match or something, man, where's Deontay Wilder, man? How come my man Deontay's not fighting? What's really good? Why we changing? Well, why we changing it from Black Niverson Boxing? Well, we wanted something a little bit more. This I don't want to say appealing to the masses, but we didn't want to kind of put ourselves in a box um, where we would invite the race fans more so than boxer fans to our dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, you know what my stance is. I'm pro-black every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? This is where again, it's still where the black fighters get respected, but we're not where we want boxing fans to come and engage with us and not people that's coming to attack the fact that we are black men who enjoy boxing. Because once we open it up, especially on this YouTube thing, all types of bozos be jumping in here and they really not boxing fans, they race fans. And I understand that one, that boxing is it's a nationalistic sport. I'm always going for the fighter who look like me, whether I think he's gonna win or not. I'm going for the fighter who look like me. And I believe most fight fans are the same way. If you're Mexican, white, whatever, more than likely you're going for the fighter who look like you. But I'm also a boxing fan. So if I know a brother is getting into a ring with a white dude or a Mexican that's probably gonna whoop his ass, I'm gonna call it how I see it. I'm still going for the brother though. You know what I'm saying? But you got people that are actually race fans and not boxing fans. So, and at the same time, we thought the Parry was a dope ass name, man. Keep it a bean. Word. Now Zab was the truth, man. He just was undisciplined, man. That the Camacho could have been better if not for the drugs. Yeah, man. That he was on that Guadalajara. He was on that Guadalajara, man. On that, he was on that Peruvian flake. You know what I mean? I know somebody that actually served him. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I know somebody that actually served him, and he came to New Jersey, and he got served. You know what I'm saying? Serving some of that Peruvian, man. You know what I'm saying? But Hector Camacho, man, shout out to Camacho, man. He was another one. I used to like him, man. Again, I'm always for the brothers, man. But at the end of the day, I liked his style, man. He had them fast hands. He was flashy in the ring, man. But didn't he fight Chavez? Somebody remind me if he fought Chavez or not. I don't really remember. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep, yep, yep. Listen, man, and Maxwell, man, you spar with me, brother. You see what it is. No disrespect. We're on the same block, he's in Lex, a few years younger than me, no doubt. No doubt. Definitely appreciate everybody tapping in, man. My co-hosts seem to have just disappeared on me, man. So I'm out here just riding solo dolo, Scarface no Manolo, as they say. You know what I'm saying? What do you say? What do you think about the saying? Prince, what's his face? Oh, you talking about Nassim Hamed? Nah, Nassim Hamed was the truth though. Like it wasn't many it wasn't many it wasn't many fighters really out the UK that was the absolute truth. He was one of them. I mean, after he beat my man Kevin Kelly, who from Queens, shout out to Queens. When he beat him in the garden that time, man, I was pissed. I ain't like that. I'm gonna keep it a bean. But nah, Nassim Hamed was the truth, man. Come on, man. Like you see what he was folding cats. And he was flashy with it, flipping off the ropes, one handed doing the sugar rake. Boop. Yeah, he was hurting cats, man, for real, man. Nassim Hamed was the truth, man. Keep it a bean. Unlike what's the white dude from UK? Ricky Hatton. Even though Ricky Hatton beat who he beat, man, that was actually the truth. Was it Costa Zoo? You know what I'm saying? But once he got in there with some real top notch fighters, man, that was it, man. Who was a wannabe Roy Jones? You talking about Nassim Hamed? Prince Nassim was the truth, man. Prince Nassim was the truth. Come on, man. You can't do it. Oh, you talking about Gaddy? You talking about Arturo Gaddy? Arturo Gaddy was Italian. Arturo Gaddy he was a good fighter, man. He was involved in some real classic fights, man. He could take a beating, I tell you that, man. You know what I'm saying? Until he ran into, I think, his girlfriend somewhere in Brazil. That was the end of that. No disrespect. Nah, me chill. No disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it was oh, okay. It was Arturo Gatti and Ricky Hatton. Did they fight? Why I don't remember that fight? Like I told you, my memory ain't always the best on all of the fights, man. But I know he had beat I think he beat Costa Zoo. To my historians in the chat, man, let me know if I'm tripping. I think Arturo, I can look it up on BoxRec, but I don't even feel like doing it. I think Arturo Gatti, not Arturo Gatti, excuse me. What's his white boy name again? Ricky Hatton had beat Costa Zoo, and Costa Zoo beat Zad. Everybody remember Zad with the doing the stinky leg. Boom boom Mancini. Yo, did he kill somebody in the ring? Am I bugging? I remember Boom Boom Mancini. He was from like Ohio somewhere or something, right? One of them states over there. Nah, he was all right. He was all right. He was all right. He had a little run. I ain't gonna call him. I ain't gonna act like he was one of my favorites. But yeah, I remember son. Yeah, see, yeah, see, I told you, man. Yeah. I remember that fight. Yo, why am I laughing at this? It's crazy. I shouldn't be laughing at this stuff. Man. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he did my man dirty. He did my man dirty. If you're coming into the YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. Do us a favor. We need the subscribers. We need the shares. We trying to get into this algorithm so that way we can be a part of this boxing community, man. And then those who not on, those who are not a part of the group, look up the Parry on Facebook. It's a private group, and be keeping it private for now because we kind of like the community we got. But feel free to invite those who feel are worthy to step inside the room. You know what I'm saying? Because we're trying to grow this community at the same time. Keep it respectful. Try to keep the community to where we can all engage with one another and not be disrespected by those who trying to jump in here and be talking their craziness and again making it about something that it's not, man. Because I love the sport. Nigel Benn. Nigel Benn was the truth, though. I ain't gonna say he was the truth. He was all right. He been in some good fights, man. His son Connor been. I think his son Connor is. Is he the one that jumped in to be? First of all, he got popped. Then his son popped dirty. I think his son popped dirty. I'm thinking about Eubanks, who's just about to start training with Bo Mac. All of them UK fighters, I'm gonna keep it a bean. A lot of them I'm not really big fans of, man, except for Nassim Hamed. Nigel Benn was a truth. Frank Bruno and what's his name? Eubanks Senior. Even though he typed, he typed feminine. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Yeah, Eubanks. Yeah. Eubanks was dope, man. Eubanks was dope. He been in some wars. I'm loving this 7. I got to bounce, get up early, Mama Ya, and Sister soon. Baba Sekim, more power to you. Bibi Fahodier, you already know what it is over here. It's love with me and the family. Just nothing but love, peace, and respect. And the Bibi Fahodier to you, brother. I mean, Baba, excuse me. You know what I mean? And much well wishes. May the ancestors help you get your strength back, Baba. And send my love to Mama Ya, please. He said he wanted to test your pugilism for putting your show on the set. Look, man, I'm always down for it, man. It's one or two cats in here that laced them up with me, man. I'm always down for that. You know what I'm saying? For those who think that it's a game over here, man. You know what I'm saying? You know who you is, man. In the chat, just let people know that these hands ain't no joke, man. I'm not even fucking playing. Right? Shout out to my man Rich, man, Ricky Ross. You know what I'm saying? The hip hop school and all of that, man. Yo, we're gonna have to figure out how we could do our shows at different times. What we really should be doing, man, is creating a new network. Because I know they got the sports talk over there as well. So what we should be trying to do is create a little network and figure out how we can, build this community together, man. But on that, I'm gonna try to get into some boxing news real quick. Well, tomorrow we got the Anthony Joshua Hellenius fight. Now, it was supposed to have been Dillian White. Anthony Joshua and Dillian White was supposed to fight, but Dillian White popped dirty again. UK dudes, man. And that Yukata, whatever they call that over there, man, them dudes is bozos, man. They don't really be testing their fight like they're supposed to. You know what I mean? Through a crossover a few times with Cream. Yo, absolutely. I think I was on their sports show, the Stiff Arm. Shout out to the Stiff Arm. Like and subscribe on the Stiff Arm, man. Subscribe to their channel as well. I did the first inaugural episode with them when we discussed Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. So, we definitely going to be trying to do some work, you know what I'm saying, with other platforms and figure out how we can all grow this community together, man. But how y'all feel about this fight, man? Tomorrow, Anthony Joshua against Hellenius. Hellenius, I think he just fought a couple weeks ago, which is crazy. And he took this fight on like a week notice because Dillian White popped dirty again. And then Deontay Wilder laid this dude like put him on a whole nother stratosphere when he laid him out. I'm interested to see how Anthony Joshua look with Derek James. I think it's the second fight with Derek James. And he's fighting Hellenius. Hellenius is like 6'7" or something, man, like tall, Norwegian or whatever he is, man, Nordic. You know what I'm saying? White dude going up against the Nigerian Brit. My man Anthony Joshua. Now, some people are not a fan of Anthony Joshua. Some people think, they feel how they feel about him, man. But I like this dude, man. For a minute, I was like, this dude ducking Deontay, which for good reason, man. Deontay Wilder's knocking dudes' heads off their shoulders. But if you look at his track record, man, he gets in the ring with anybody, man. Win or lose, he's coming to fight, man. And I'm just interested to see how he look in this fight. And I think he should get rid of this dude in the first 3-4 rounds. It should be a wrap. If he go 12 rounds with this dude, then he won't even lie. He won't stand a chance against Deontay. And I still don't give him a shot against Deontay. And I am a fan of Anthony Joshua. Don't get it twisted. I like Anthony Joshua as a person. You know what I'm saying? I like how he carry himself as a man. I respect him. And I'm a fan of his. When he fought Klitschko, that was one of the best heavyweight fights I seen in a while. Real talk. That was one of the best fights I seen in a while, man. So I'm real interested in this fight. At first, I wasn't. They had it on pay per view. Him and Dillian White. I was skeptical whether I was going to buy it because I already knew how it was going to end up. He was probably going to knock out Dillian White again because Dillian White is probably his best fight is him getting knocked out. Um, but because this is free on the zone, I think I'm gonna go ahead and give it a peep. The undercard, I think it's all heavyweights. It's like a pretty good, decent card. Excuse me that the undercard kind of escapes me who's on it, but it should be a decent. It should be a decent night of boxing over there in the UK at the O2 Arena. He always sells it out. You know they're gonna sing "Sweet Caroline" and all that bull. You know what I'm saying? But it should be a good night of boxing. I'm looking forward to it. But I got Anthony Joshua by knockout. How y'all see this fight, man? You know what I'm saying in the chat. Let me know how y'all see this fight. How y'all think this fight is gonna go, and what's your predictions, man? You know what I'm saying? Once again, hit that like button. But I think I got Anthony Joshua by knockout. I'm gonna say third, fourth round. It should be a wrap for him. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. Another boxing news. First of all, what is this dude on, man? Like, what? Pause. Pause this whole segment right here. This dude is shredding. Jamel is looking like a legit 168 pounder, dog. Pause. Look at his quads, man. This dude is ripped to shreds. Canelo ain't never looked this ripped, dog. Never. Never looked this ripped, man. So I'm gonna ask y'all, man. Did this cat look ready? What's your prediction on this fight, man? Like we got an official fight preview coming up for this fight. Canelo versus Charlo. But I would like to know, you know what I mean, from the viewers, how y'all see this fight? How do y'all see this fight, man? Like, I'm very, very I haven't really been this intrigued in the Canelo fight in a long time. I knew he was gonna knock the brakes off American and all them dudes that done stepped up in weight that he make jump up 1, 2 weight classes to fight him. And when you win this level of boxing, it is what it is. Even though I did pick Caleb Plant to I thought Caleb would surprise him and beat him. But Caleb just didn't have the power to gain his respect. But I think Charlo, the way he looking and as strong as he looking like he could do some damage to my man. So real quick, without even sticking too long on this subject, like what y'all think, man? How y'all see this fight going? But Charlo also said he's willing to come down after he beat Canelo to come back down to 154 to face my man Bud Crawford, which that's the fight I am absolutely souped for. Win or lose from Charlo, I'm interested to see that fight. And if you're going to ask me, like I'm a huge Buck Crawford fan. Um, I've been a fan of Buck Crawford since he was at 135, and so I'm just uh I'm just interested to see how that fight plays out. I think Crawford will probably end up doing the same thing to my man to keep it a bean. He'll probably end up doing the same thing to Charlo that he did to my man Errol Spence. I'm just gonna keep it a hundo with you. That's just how I feel about it, but who knows? Canelo won. Solidify his legacy here or pass the torch. You know what though? I think that the passing of the torch it don't get past the Charlo. If he beats Canelo, I don't see the passing of the torch going to Charlo. I don't. I still think Bud will be the bigger name in the sport. Um, but he will have accomplished the same thing that Bud did. 2-time undisputed, but he's jumping 2 weight classes to do it. So that'll be interesting, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely be interested to see, man. And as you know, like I said, I'm always rooting for the dude who look like me. I'm picking Charlo. No, I'm not picking Charlo. I want him to win, and I'm gonna leave it there. I want him to win, and I'm gonna leave it there, man. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know how that fight plays out, but I would hope that my man Charlo come through and beat the brakes off Sentiment. But we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Now, here's something I'm gonna talk about briefly before I get up out of here, man. Um, Terrence Crawford has now welcomed a potential mega fight versus Devontae Davis. He says, no, knock the tank, but there's definitely levels. If he's thinking he's going to knock Terrence Crawford out, he's got another thing coming. I'd stay at 147 for him. That's big. That's a big money fight, but nobody's going to give me credit. Tank like 5'5". He's a little guy. Listen, if this fight was to happen, I kind of feel like both of these dudes are at. It's almost inevitable that this fight is going to happen. There's already some type of interest in this fight. There's already some type of interest in this fight. So it's like if I was Al Heyman, you got Canelo Charlo. Now I think the worst thing that can happen for PBC for business is if Charlo wins. I don't think he wants to see that. But if you want to keep the ducats rolling in the next big fight, other than probably Crawford Canelo, will be this fight. Tank Davis versus Bud Crawford. And Bud is smart enough to understand that even the Errol Spence fight, the rematch, won't be as big as this fight. It's just not. So I just feel like this fight is almost inevitably going to happen. If Tank decides to fight a new way, that fight is not as big as him moving up 2 weight classes to fight Bud Crawford. That'll be the same thing Roberto Duran did when he went up 2 weight classes to beat my man Sugar Ray Leonard. So I can't see this fight almost not happening. Now, right now we just talk, but I think they gauging, the boxing, fans to see how much interest is in this fight. So I think that this fight is inevitably going to happen, bro. And I say my prediction for when it's time. But I think this fight is inevitably going to happen. But I'm not going to keep y'all too long. My co-host says his computer died. You probably got that Guadalajara internet going on over there. And I'm going to make a move. But first, I want to send a shout out to everybody that tuned in with me. I want to thank everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking that y'all hit that like button on your way out. Hit that share button. Comment. Subscribe. All of that. You know what I'm saying? We are the Parry, myself, and the Pragmatic or the Pugilistic. Shay Black. I am Bobani UFG. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in with us. You know what I'm saying? On our real first inaugural show here on YouTube. And on Facebook in our private Facebook group, the Parry. For those of us in the group, yo, you know what it is. I thank y'all for supporting us, man. I thank y'all for tuning in with us. And I ask that you just share, and invite people into the group. And if you on YouTube, share the links, subscribe, hit that like button, and let's get us in the algorithm. So until next time, we're going to try to keep our shows on Fridays and I believe on Mondays in the evening. You know what I'm saying? Prime time. So Once again, myself on behalf of my brother, the pugilistic Che Black, I am Bomani UFG. We are the Parry, but we don't pull or duck no punches. And the parry is fundamental to boxing. Till next time, peace.